Hey guys, welcome to Butter Up. If you're curious to see how our very first soap loaf turned out, then definitely keep on watching. Okay, so we're going to start off with our water-lye solution and our oils. In the bowl, we combined our hard oils and our liquid oils, and they're around the temperature around 91. The same for our water-lye solution, and if you're curious, our water-lye solution is 65-35. So as you can see here, I'm pouring the solution into our oils, but against the stick blender, just to eliminate any bubbles that I possibly created when I created the solution. And then after that, I'm just going to begin to stick blend to emulsify everything and make it into our soap batter. As you guys can see, I am spilling soap batter left and right because for some odd reason, I never put my stick blender down. It's always to the side. And because of that, I started to create bubbles into the batter. But once I noticed that it started to become too much, and just in case I didn't want my batter to thicken, I quickly switched to a beater, or not a beater, but a hand whisk. I think that's what you would call it. And that was just to combine any possible oils that were maybe at the bottom of the bowl. And I kind of wanted to eliminate the bubbles that were on top. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to separate our soap batter into three different bowls, and for three different colors. The main color is purple. Then we have pink, and then I want to give a little bit of accent of white. So that's what I'm doing here. One thing I've learned from doing soap the last week, for my accent colors, I tend to put too much batter. Um, and my main color is not enough. I've learned that just by looking at our playback in the videos. So that won't happen again after like the fifth soap. I promise. But here I'm gonna be using Mad Mica's colors. The pink is called Voodoo. It's like a really dark pink, almost red, and the purple I believe is called Pom Pom. And then for the white accent color, I just added a little bit of titanium dioxide. I also add the titanium dioxide to the Voodoo color because I didn't want it to be that pink red color that it is. I wanted it to be much, much lighter. The thing with Mad Mica though, I love their micas. I have a bunch of them, but creating soap with them, I noticed that their micas are not as vibrant. I don't know, maybe it's the way I'm combining it, but I just noticed that they're not as vibrant, and I have to use a lot of mica to get somewhat of the color that I was looking for. Also, you just saw me, I forgot to put my fragrance oil in the main batter, so I had to put it in each of the bowls. Also, the fragrance that I'm using is Black Raspberry and Vanilla from Nurture's Soap. I used to use the one from Nature's Garden, but I really like the version that Nurture Soaps has. So that's the one that we'll be using from now on. As you guys can see, I really had to like really work this color in because honey, it just was not working. Like it just was so light. It wasn't the color that I really was looking for. You guys will see here that I was mixing a purple, and where's the purple? There's like no purple. I had to add so much purple. It was insane. But as I'm mixing this particular color, I did not realize from me putting my fragrance oil in later that I don't know if it was false trace or not, but my white and my pink thickened up so much. I mean, it was like to the point where it could have been, I could have created a frosting on top of a soap. That's how thick it got. As you can see here, the purple was even getting thicker. And honestly, I believe it's because I was using a whisk. The whisk creates air, and I think that's why it accelerated. But again, you see me here, I'm like really like mixing the white and the pink because baby, it was super, super thick. Okay, so now here I'm rushing y'all because I wanted, my goal for this soap was to be a drop swirl, and there's just no way I can do a drop swirl with thick batter. So what I do here, I'm just laying it in there. I'm just throwing it in there, and then I don't show you in the video, but I take a skewer. I think that's what the skewer sticks, and I kind of do a little bit of a swirl in there. But here I'm just layering it on into the mold on top of each other. And then I'm also kind of, you'll see like in the next clip, I kind of slam down the loaf just to settle the colors in and also to eliminate the air bubbles. Can I tell you something? One thing I noticed about creating soap, I mean, it takes some serious strength to get rid of the air bubbles. You think a couple of little slams on your table would do its justice like I'm doing right now, but no, it does not. You really need to slam that mold down to get rid of it. But see, again here, I'm just creating layers because I'm trying to salvage the design of this particular soap. I knew right after it was thick that I was going to use the skewer to kind of give me some sort of design inside the soap. Again, I'm patting it down, hopefully thinking that something's gonna happen. And then as I get towards the top, I just layered them on because I wanted to do somewhat of a height kind of design, because in fact I have raspberry embeds, and the raspberry embeds were created with melt and pour, and the colors that I used was Pow Pow that you see, the purple, and then the other color I combined the Pow Pow and the Voodoo to make that grapey color look. But I wasn't satisfied with how the embeds came out, so what I did was I just quickly eliminated them, and then I decided that I was just going to use them for another batch, just lesson learned. But yeah, that's what I did, and as you guys can see, from it's a simple design. I think it's okay for the first time that I used it. I mean, that I created this loaf. But I waited 2 days after I created this loaf to cut my soap, just for safety, because I noticed that from my samples that after 24 hours they were a little too soft. As you guys can see, this particular shot is not the same as the previous ones because I forgot to record. I forgot to press record. So these shots are for my social media. I was filming at the same time, but as you guys can see, you see me here, the soap is off camera because I was showing my camera, and those are the swirls. Not bad. I mean, the bottom part could have been swirled a little more. Again, the skewer could have went a little bit more down in the loaf, but this is my first time, and I think for my first time, it came out glorious. I love it, and y'all, the smell is on point. The smell is on point. I am in love with this fragrance. But that is the soap. These soap bars will be on sale with the other ones that I'll be releasing for Black Friday, or they will be released on Black Friday. A link will be down below where you guys can check out my websites, sign up for our email list for any notifications for any products that I have. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.